Angelo here, Hollywood class trader to the rich. Surprise. Making my early Hollywood breakfast. Feeling better and better, getting back into my writing. Happy about that. Didn't write enough. Not happy about that, but gonna write more tonight. Happy about that. 13 powder out. Seed and pecan spray, enough walnuts. I'll get the fruit in a minute. I realize I basically need 2 full cups of water in this when I'm making steel cut oats. 44 grams steel cut oatmeal. So everyone, I have an announcement to make. Wait, to make? I have an announcement to make. When I get rich, I'm gonna be a class trader. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'd like to be rich, but I'm not gonna get a nice car. I'm not gonna get any car. I'm going to use my money and influence to try and get housing for everyone, every unhoused person, every homeless person. Excuse me. I'm going to try and, instead of using my money for cars, try and get mass transportation for everyone and reduce car usage, make the streets safer for pedestrians, make it more walkable, less pollution. Don't want it. Sounds like my roommate's coming downstairs. I don't want to film him. Okay, he's not coming by. I'm going to use money for, trying to help with like social programs and stuff, and trying to get taxes higher on the very, very wealthy. So I don't know if I'm just going to be wealthy or very, very wealthy. I like to think I'm going to be very, very wealthy, and then just make huge impacts with it everywhere. Help people pay medical bills, but help make a system where just healthcare is paid for in large part with taxes of the very wealthy. So these cretins like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett have to pay a lot in taxes, and their corporations do it. The Walton family, those sleazebags, and make the world more equitable and stop that. More worker protections, so those people would have to pay more for workers and actually have to protect their jobs and make their lives livable. Institute 4-day work weeks. We need that. And 5 days is ridiculous. When I realize how much I try and do in my free time with such little time, and also 8-hour days. It depends on the job, obviously, but like for my job, it's like I realized, wow, and pretty much every job I've had, it's like, wow, you really don't need to be working 8 hours a day. You could get so much done in 6 hours in 4 days. 6 hours a day is supposed to 8 hours. It's just absurd. Like, it's so obvious by a certain point, like, people don't want to work, they're not pushing themselves as much. I push myself even harder when I'm tired, for real. Like, I get more excited but I realize like I'm pushing myself like to the ridiculous point of exhaustion. I get up early, work out, ride my bike, very depleted on my diet, not eating a lot. Really feeling it today. My body almost just like clawing for nutrition. I'm gonna keep eating right according to my meal plan, and then tomorrow night go to my friend's birthday party. Excited for that. And I'll have my cheat meal. I'll try not to pig out, because I do just want to be disciplined about my diet. But like right now, my stomach's hurting from hunger. I did have a banana this morning. That was like a cheat. Although I realize I'm probably way low on like carbohydrates and not proteins as much, but carbs. I've been like eating below what the meal plan I'm on should be specifying. And plus my activity level is probably even higher than what's intended for the meals I'm eating. But I've been cheating and stuff, so I should have cut the weight I needed in like a month or two. And instead it's been like 4 months since I started this meal plan. So it's like, all right, Angelo, come on, you've been stalling out at 150 pounds, then 145. And so it's like get down to just a few more pounds now. I'm scared of like losing too much. And also, yeah, I did lose weight, partly just because of stress, horrible stress. I gotta keep level-headed about that. But anyways, that's another thing when I have lots of money, making sure, first of all, I don't want people to be poor. So stop that. Like, I know rich people want people to be poor because they need people who are gonna fantasize about one day being them, so they'll support their companies and they'll have nowhere else to shop except their crappy stores, and they're not going to risk like protesting or striking on the job for better wages because they can't afford to lose their job or go out of work. They want that, and they need people who are constantly desperate for work so they can fill positions at their crappy companies that don't pay much. And I know they have no conscience if like you don't feel utter embarrassment that your employees like aren't making enough to pay for housing. Amazon employees are often getting government assistance and have to get welfare payments, food stamps, living in their vehicles, living on the street. Like, how is that like not an utter embarrassment? Instead of like ignoring it, being like, oh my goodness, this is completely on us, 100%. We're paying for ridiculous perks and everything for the executives and all that. A little finger action with the protein powder. And employees are literally unable to pay for medicine, unable to pay for housing, living in debt, unable to pay their bills. I mean, how is that not like an admission that you're just an embarrassing failure of a person if you don't demand your employees be paid better? Put in wheat germ in here too, because that bag of flaxseed ran out. Love wheat germ, very healthy. 11 grams of pecans. Perfect. And all this good stuff. Turmeric. Whoa, starting to run low on my pound of turmeric. Gonna go back to the Bangladeshi market, get another pound. If I had a big enough place, my own place, then I could just live the dream, shop at Costco or whatever. And they don't pay their employees enough either, but they do pay them better than other companies. And they try and keep their prices low. Prices low? But yeah, they should be doing better too. But Costco, and just buy whatever I need for the rest of my life. Like just a wall filled with toothpaste. I'm not going to need much more for the rest of my life. Toothbrushes, tomato paper, toilet paper. Papel de inodoro. Papel de inodoro. Which one is right? Papel por el culo. I'm feeling better and better every day, sleeping well. After my COVID, I'm scared of going out. Like, I want to go out and do stuff. Now I'm like, oh yeah, I plan on going to the Lunar New Year. I'm going to the birthday party. I'm scared of it because I don't want to get COVID again. I realize the chances are pretty low outside, and I'll be wearing a mask as much as possible. Like, if I'm not eating during the birthday party, I'll probably be wearing a mask. I'll get tested regularly. So now I plan on getting tested. So if I get sick, if I get infected again, I'm just counting on not doing, but that I can catch it early and like know, okay, now go into, the sort of the regiment. My COVID. Hold on. This is ridiculous. I didn't need a Tupperware container this big for this amount of fruit. A COVID regimen of like, okay, increased nutrition, lots of hydration, all that. So, more fruits. Don't exercise. Don't want to push it. And see a doctor also right away. See, do I need to be on one of the medications like Paxlovid? And also, don't be around other people. Don't risk infecting anyone. All that stuff. Okay, I will cheat a little bit, have a few raisins. Not really cheating, because again, I'm probably deficient in carbs. That's the main thing these have. Let's see, 120 grams, or 40 grams is 31 grams of carbohydrates. I don't need anywhere near that much. I have my food scale on, so let's see. But divided by 10, or divided by, yeah, so 4 grams is about 3 grams of carbs. Okay, 4 grams, 5 grams, that's plenty. Just for like the nutrition. It's not going to make me feel more full. But also I want my body to be so healthy that it can fight off COVID before it even, if I am exposed to it, before it even manages to infect me. So I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, keep my mind healthy, meaning, oh, I forgot my apple cider vinegar and lemon. Keep my stress down. All that stuff. But try not to get COVID. Also, I do want to see a movie. Yeah, there's going to be a screening of Dark City. One of my favorite, if not my favorite film of all time. One of my favorites. And I'm like, I have never seen this in theaters. I've seen it at least 20 times or something on DVD. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be, it's played before around here, but I'm like, it may not play again for a while. Hopefully the COVID numbers will be even lower by the time I see it. I'm gonna be masked up, except for when I take little sips of water. But I can see tickets are already going for it. It's a great film. Like, people have good taste. But it does make me a little nervous. But I'm like, okay, if I'm masked up, people aren't talking to me, except maybe before the movie, like outside. Much less likely to catch it if I'm wearing my N95 mask. But yeah, I'm scared of getting it again. That's another thing I gotta be a class traitor for. Get people, like, I gotta pay to try and, influence whoever to, pay to support, like, groups that are trying to get, pay, payments to everyone to stay home, and protective equipment and masks and medical care, and prevent the spread of COVID. Make sure people get vaccines, make sure there's education out about the dangers of COVID, and keep people, being like safe, because we can reduce the spread of it dramatically. Spread good info to counter the disinformation from scumbags like Ron DeSantis, that absolute disgusting liar. Like, he'll speak positively about COVID treatments when he can get credit for it, but otherwise he wants to pretend it doesn't exist. Well, it kills off so many people and so many of his supporters. Try and get more libraries, better housing, everything. Climate justice, racial justice, decarcerate the prisons and jails. Stop racist policing. Fund healthcare, mental health care. Job training, cleaning up the environment, reducing carbon emissions. Trying to stop racism as much as possible, it's everywhere. Racist hiring practices, the huge blind spots companies have about hiring, where they overlook disenfranchised people, black and brown people, other people of color. Transgender rights. Excuse me, I clicked my mouth. Speaking of a scumbag like DeSantis, the Don't Say Gay bill, all that garbage, gay rights, so. Abortion rights, that's a big one. funding for the arts. Did I say libraries? But libraries, literacy, science education. So much of the anti-science propaganda and racist propaganda comes from um, evangelical churches and churches in general. So there you go. There's my big, big tent full of ideas for how I'll be a class trader when I'm rich. Disability rights, that's another one. We need so much in terms of that, in terms of medical care, disability payments, and making cities and streets more disability friendly and accessible. Hey, those were good pecans. All right, finish my coffee. I'm feeling pretty good. Again, it just makes me freaking nervous about going out in public, and like I don't want to get COVID again. It sucks. The infection rate is way higher than what's published because so many people are not testing or they're not reporting their results. They're doing at-home tests. I reported my results. But it's like, what are we gonna do? Like, just avoid everyone forever? Like, why don't we get this under control? I get it. Like, everyone's at a different stage, and in how tired they are of isolating, and some people just never bothered. A lot of people never bothered. Just in case, but really comes. Here, done with that. roommate came by and picked something up. I just didn't want to put him on camera. Sorry, I licked my lip there. Who the hell used up so much? I keep buying soap and people use it up, but whatever. That's something I realize I gotta just let go if I'm, like, not worry about it if I'm gonna stay here and save money. I think that's the best option, really, for me. Stay here, save a lot of money. As long as I keep moving, and the writing is really the most uplifting thing to me. Even though I never do as much as I want. Some days I do as much as I want. I'm like, yeah, I did a ton today. But this is ridiculous. Like, having to work 8 hours and fit in writing, workouts, meal preparation. This is absurd. I don't even know for sure if I'm going to go see Dark City. I'm still nervous about it. Even though I bought a ticket. Because I'm like, oh, I love this movie. Tickets are already going a week out. So I know people are going to be buying up tickets for this because they love this film. Shout out to Alex Proyas. He's doing a ton of stuff with his studio. Heretic Foundation, his virtual studio. And he directed Dark City and co-wrote it with David Goyer. Produced by Len Dobbs. What a great name. I think Len Dobbs was producer. He did something important on it. And it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I'm excited to see it again. But yeah, I'll probably go. I'll just wear my mask pretty much the whole time, and I'll be freaking exhausted. I don't know, I may not if I'm too tired. The night before is the Lunar New Year, so I'll be out late for that. I'm probably going to take a big nap the next day. Big old freaking nap. And then I'll still probably be tired for the Dark City screening. And what I like now, I know that I'm like getting my nutrition good. I'm still like starving after my meal, my breakfast. That's okay. It'll start making me feel more full in a little bit. But I know I'm like, cutting, losing weight, all that. And I'm gonna ride my bike to work. And yesterday, after having COVID and not feeling like myself for a while, yesterday was the first day I felt like I really loved riding my bike. Partly because the weather was nicer. It wasn't raining, it wasn't cold, it was actually kind of pleasant out. Should I even put on my sweater when I ride my bike to work? Yeah, I kind of don't think so, because it's going to get up to like 66 degrees today. I'm going to take my supplements. That's another thing, my COVID regimen. I'm just doing it preventatively. Excuse me. Me duele el estómago. Me duele el estómago. I really want to keep working on my Spanish. I would love to be able to speak it fluently. Although, even like knowing it well, it's different from speaking. Some people just, it's like any language, like English. They speak it so differently from like how I hear it on Spanish language TV shows and movies, and how I've spoken it to like certain people. They have one way of communicating, and then others have another, and it's you realize like yeah, the you have to actually have an ear for it, meaning you have to train your ears by speaking to people and listening to them. But that's cool. I'm like, great, sign me up. Yeah. A lot of supplements. A lot of supplements. Yeah. I gotta go, everyone. I gotta floss and ride me bici to work. Mi bicicleta, my bike, mi bicicleta. And I'm looking gaunt. I got that skeleton face. I assure you, I'm healthy. It's not like I'm underweight. I still want to lose a few pounds. Believe it or not, don't be deceived by the face. That's something when you're like depleted in a certain way. When I start bulking up, that's gonna look different. Um, So, anyways, I still have a few pounds of fat like around my stomach. I'm like, I know I could. I'm not trying to get like to down to 1% body fat or something ridiculous. Just in the single digits, and then when I know I'm at my goal body weight for like bulking, then I'll switch my meal plan with the Mike O'Hearn system and start adding weight, bulking up. All right, everyone. Yo, Mark Ivy coming up the rear. Hey, you just joined. I gotta head out. So another time. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.